This is your daily market review for Monday, August 26, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Monday, August 26, 2024. Choppy, sloppy action going into Nvidia this week. End of the month coming. Last day of the month is on a Friday. Typically bearish, but we do know that there's tons of games, tons of rumors, and lots of, I don't know, what I would consider just misinformation flying about out there. As of right now, to me, it seems very obvious. Japan is playing games with the markets. The Feds are stuck. When they talk about wanting to cut, oil rallies strong. It's a big cluster mess, in my opinion. How will that play out? Check out this daily market review for more insights, levels, and what to expect. Also going to talk about some of the trades I'm in, what I'm doing, and also let you know I will be out of town until Thursday night, going to Dallas for the Tom Ferry Real Estate Conference Summit, whatever. If you're in the Dallas area, you want to meet up for a dinner, a drink, a breakfast, I don't know, hit me up. Leave a comment below. Always love to meet people. Catch up, see how things are going. Also, too, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room. A link in the description below. Real estate market is funky. Funky. So if you have any questions, you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're looking to grow your trading accounts, learning how to trade better, don't be scared to hit me up. Get the Calendly link. Let me know what you need, how I can help you. And again, this is all just free. Free insights. Hopefully the ideal is if you do crush it, which I expect you will in time, that when you're looking to purchase some real estate, you have me involved in the process. Again, I love to refer out people, find the best agents in their area to get them dialed in so that when they decide to buy, they're not working with some clumsy new real estate agent or person who does one deal a year. Yikes. So get some follow on Twitter, posting trades, always staying up to date. Again, when you make that money, turn profits into passive income and properties. Recommended reading. Check out all the fun stuff. Back to Basics education series. That's also on the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You get alerts of when the videos drop. Education stuff, all sorts of fun stuff. So we know the rest of the week can be a little choppy. You got Nvidia on Wednesday. I mean, is everything priced in? It's tough to know for sure. It's really tough to know because, again, I think that's one of the things that's very obvious to me, especially going into Nvidia earnings, is that everybody expects them to crush it. That's the thing. The reaction will be very importante. We know going in the next Fed meeting, which is, man, that'll be here before you know it. This freaking year's flying by. Leave a comment below if you agree. Holy shiznit. 50 points versus a quarter. We know when the Feds start cutting, things are not good. That's always been the history. If you go look at the review of the markets after the Feds start cutting, it's because there is danger. Not now and say danger, but problems, right? That's always the case. They try to stomp out inflation. They try to slow growth. They create bubbles and they burst them. That's what they do, y'all. Bitcoin, watching closely. I mean, I don't know. Some people are like, oh, draw the trend from here. I'm like, I'm not going to get too crazy with that. But we've talked about once you got over 61,000, always on the radar for this 67 plus. Again, I personally would wait for them to throw the baby out the bathwater, but it doesn't mean you can't get some rallies here and there. Oil, I mean, this has to just drive the Feds crazy, right? They say, oh, well, maybe we're going to start looking cutting. Here goes oil, right back up. Congrats if you're trading. I mean, I know some traders who reached out and said, looking at these levels, booyakasha, good trade. Personally, have nothing going on with that, but doesn't mean it can't be a good trade. What is this? Why is this? Okay, well then. Natural gas, as we've talked about, long-term, love it. Not really going to get involved until I see probably a one handle at some point. But keep that on your radar. I wanted to say something probably inappropriate, but I won't. Dollar. As we talked about, something, once it broke these levels, yikes. I mean, economic activity. I mean, I know we have GDP expectations on Thursday. You got some housing data tomorrow. Durable orders this morning. I can't remember what they were exactly. Let me pull it up. Just so you know, again, I use briefing.com. This week. Yeah, look at this. Come on. Is this not fluffed? Never-ending fluff data. Sorry, I'm like pausing here just to say something. Again, my mind wants to go into say something that I probably should. TLT sold some calls on the UBT this morning. Again, I think we might have some upside near term to 108 in the TLT, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if the market gets a little squirrely here. Again, going to be out of town. I love to sell covered calls, especially against moves. I mean, nice if you bought this in the 95, 96, or sorry, range with the UBT. Again, I don't really chart the UBT. I don't care. It just follows. But if you bought in the 20, 21, you sold up near the highs of the day. Looking pretty good. VIX, as we talked about, has bottomed, in my opinion. It doesn't mean it can't chop around. Just 10 cuidado. Be careful. It's a huge move down. We talked about the VIX bottoming first, right? Bottom last week, watching the 50-day. Just keep an eye on it. SPY guy fills the gap. Man, all these up. This is tough. I mean, is it going to break out? I mean, it's a huge rally back. Real big. Again, I bought some SPY puts going into the end of the week. Cheapies. I think the 553, 554 SPY puts, they're like $1. I'm like, I'll take that risk for the week. I mean, we've seen 5-10 point pullbacks rapidamente. I mean, if you have a day like this, 554 where it closes at 540, or 2 days where it goes 559 down to 548. I'll take a wrap on that for $1. Dollar make you holla. QQQ has been lagging, right? That's been the key here. Fills the gap, chopping. Been saying, watch the 50-day. Holding on for dear life. IWM, I mean, look at the action today. Gaps up. Closes right where we closed. Interesting. DIA, been holding again. IWM leading up. Just DIA, new highs. Doji. Again, I trust this market like I trust. I don't know. I don't trust it at all. I guess that's just the way to say it. Gold, we've talked about channeling up. Again, long term, I'm looking for bigger pullbacks to buy, but again, if you got physical, this is what's so hard about this. You know, it's like buying Bitcoin versus trading. If you have Bitcoin, you're probably just holding on to it. If you're trading it, you're waiting for extremes. That's kind of how I look at it. Silver, I mean, look at the channel highs. Could it break out? Maybe. Silver, chopping around, lagging. It's hard to trust this stuff when these miners and metals are just lagging. GDX, again, I want to see the GDXJ. The juniors have the biggest risk. Why are they not making new highs? Right? The biggest risk, meaning like they have the biggest risk on, risk off potential. AEM has been holding up. Been a beast mode. AG, talked about this one lagging, catching up. Newmont seems to be into the upper zone. Interesting action today. I mean, again, there's so many. Again, this is where, again, a trend doesn't have to be, an uptrend can have red days. I'm just curious if we're going to keep kind of building up on the backs of fear and greed, all the fun stuff. Pass. Again, these silver names look, man, head and shoulder-ish. I'd be watching the 22s. Keep an eye on it. Be safe. Taiwan Semi, again, the tech sucks, in my opinion. I think it's going to be the easiest trade ever in time. Seems to hit the 175 backing off. Micron, again, I mean, these names, you would think they would hold up better. Man, multi-day chop. I mean, it's kind of what I'm expecting the SPY at some point. Just run over. AM Dizzle runs up all these moving averages, backs up. AMD. Again, if you like NVDS, I mean, I think it makes sense here. Just make sure you hedge into earnings something because it could hold up. I mean, this feels very like Tesla when it made the highs of its all-time highs. It just got choppy. SMCI, I mean, talked about not chasing this. Again, I like this thing in the 400s potentially. Keep an eye on it. Intellectual property. A lot of people get mad at me for just being like, man, it's a turd. Just let the toilet flush out. I mean, it flushed out. Now it's got to go sideways. Last time it did this and then you waited, you got paid. I just don't trust Intel. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, devalue. Okay. SMH, 50-day worth of watch. Adobe watching like the 570 area. It's not really there yet. Chop it around. Apple, nice bounce back at the close, right? It looked like it was toast this morning. It's like, oh, break the 8-day and 10. Rallies back. God, sometimes it's a trader's market, y'all. Amazon. We talked about this one. Again, I like Apple shorts. Just keep an eye on it. If you short up in the 227, 230, makes sense to me. Amazon, that's just not looking good. I mean, I would anticipate the gap filling. Again, it just looks like a downtrend, right? At some point, lower lows will be coming. Meta, every time it gets someone in this 530 area, it just gets choppy and sloppy. Today, it broke the ranges up here around 530. I'd be watching that 20-day. Hob, CRM has earnings this week. I think, was it Wednesday? Yep. Same with Nvidia. again, people are like, oh, what do you think, Dan? I'm like, I think I'm just going to wait till earnings. If it pops, great. If it fails, great. I mean, it's one of those things, like, you're at an inflection point, like, just let it play out. Google, chopping around, not much to say on it. I mean, again, it seems to be lacking. I mean, if it's going to get broken up, I think it provides more value, actually. Microsoft, talk about the 425 area, seems to be 20-day. I mean, I don't see it breaking the 200-day until the market rolls. NDAQZL, right? Putting shorts on up here. Like it. I mean, it's easy with tight stops. Someone's like, oh, you're going to be wrong. I'm like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, it's wrong. So it's just one of those things. What do you do, right? I mean, you're trying to be perfect. You want to bring a ruler to trading. You want to be like, oh, I nailed the top that day. No, in swing trading, I build positions. I'm not too concerned. Again, if I stop out, I stop out. The risk reward is great, in my opinion. I talked about this. The end of the Nasdaq bubble burst, the NDAQ burst too. MicroStrategy, we talked about when Bitcoin got over 61,000. Makes sense that this popped. It's not as exciting as it used to be after the 10-for-1 split. I mean, it's a big choppy range. You bought the dip, you're looking good, chopping around. Good to get the range highs? Absolutely. If Bitcoin gets back up to 70,000, that thing's going back to the 170s. Netflix broke out, gave it back, chopping. High and tight would be bullish if it holds up. If it doesn't, you like my sounds? Roblox. Man, this one's tough. I could see this coming back to 47 real easily. Personally, I don't know if I'd short it or do anything at this point. I'd be watching. Pan W again, like this one for a Pelosi trade. Seems to getting a little hold of itself, ahead of itself, but here you go. Backing up, watch what happens here at the 340s. I mean, again, long term, I like this. I'll wait for dips to buy this, but I think this is Pelosi's buying it. She knows something. TSLA, right? Oh, TSLA. Here you go. Chopping around. I think this is a trader stock. Again, this is what I was talking about with Nvidia. Oops. At the highs. People were like, what are you talking about with Nvidia? Like this was the Tesla top. It was a multi-choppy, sloppy 3-point turn. I mean, you can actually make it, call it 5, but oof, be careful. Again, Tesla near term. I mean, again, this is why people are like, oh, you get so mad. I'm like, dude, you bought the top. I can't tell you what to do. I mean, I would be waiting for massive capitulation. Again, when the economy's bottom. I mean, again, this is the thing. There's endless competition in electric cars. I mean, they obviously know they got to pivot the next iteration of whatever is going to be popular. Insight. I love this company. Going to get bought out. Just let it pull back. Holding the trend line. Pfizer chopping around. I mean, it makes sense here. Again, don't condone what they do, but it's like we're trying to make money. McDonald's, we talked about this 290 area. Got it today. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. We'll wait for a retest. If the market's holding up, it doesn't make sense why it wouldn't retest that. If it doesn't, if it's a one-time touch, bad luck. DraftKings, we talked about 50-day rejection. Keep an eye on it. Airbnb. Dead cat bounce. Just, I don't know. There's not much to say here. Costco, look at this motherfucker. Beep, beep. Back up at the highs. Keep an eye on it, y'all. I mean, again, they had a good announcement. I think it was in the Philippines. I don't know. Some Asian country. Again, Costco's a national brand, but Starbucks was once too. You can only go so high. Maybe that's what Costco needs. It's like a new breakout to be make its all-time high. Price and everything great. Starbucks, talked about this chopping around. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but they've got work to do. The CEO does. FedEx, we talked about head and shoulders top. Here's your right shoulder, and then it fills the gap. Interesting action here. I'd be watching for a pivot point here. Again, we'll come back next week, on Friday. I'll be back Friday. Thursday night. If you want to rob my house, all the cameras and alarms are on. I'll let you know. Cop lives next door. Great. Good opportunity. Good luck. Caterpillar. This one's interesting, right? We talked about the 100-day holding. I mean, just sometimes you don't know. I don't know. Not going to really make anything here. DE. Again, you're consolidating on the moving averages. Could we get back up? We talked about holding the lows. Nice trade if you bought it. The new core, again, we like steel. We like commodities long term, letting them play out. X, again, if Kamala wins, X gets sold out. If not, they might not be easily sold. That's my opinion on that. VALE, again, we like VALE. I just think it's just, gotta let it play out, y'all. Arrow, I mean, when I say play out, I like commodities at some point. I do. It's just I'm trying to be patient because I think there's better trades. Arrow, again, we like junior copper, abso-freaking-lutely. CCJ, again, you got to like uranium. It's just, again, I hate when Goldman upgrades the highs. People get all like butthurt when I'm like, oh, just leave it alone. They're like, oh, go to buy. I'm like, nope, don't do it. Ag, chop, 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 endless. Mosaic, 100-day, chop, NTR, 50-day. I mean, again, we like all these names long term. Stuff them in your basket, disappear. AA Aeron, again, I like these names. XLF, man, it stopped out and rolled into SQQ. Maybe that's what it just needed, is to pop me out. Pop me out and then pop off. It's like, you son of a bitch. And again, I'm not going to be angry about it. It's like, how many times have you lost in trading? If you get used to it, that's the thing. The best traders are great losers. Like, just sometimes you're wrong. It makes sense up here to short. Again, if you want to jump in, go right ahead. I am just going to focus more on tech. Probably now it'll collapse. Watch. JP Morgan, new highs again. They're not even buying back their own stock. Why would you want to buy it? Morgan Stanley, just looks like a head and shoulders top, right? Right shoulder, left shoulder. There you go. Or left shoulder, right shoulder. Bank of America, as we talked about, Buffett sells the pops. Watch that 50-day. Goldman Sachs seems to be holding up pretty darn well. Can't really say much. Carry, lag, lag, lag. Look, with the IWM, you'd think this would be going like to break out. We'll see. You got to retest. This is why we talk about never chasing shorts, especially shorts. Because again, shorting is not a long-time investment trade. You chase shorts, you got buried. And that's what they do. They bury you. Just keep an eye on that 58, 59 area. XBI, again, watching the 102. Housing index. I mean, I'm amazed that this is back at the highs. But here you go. Here's a gift, a retest. You short it down here. You're going, dang it. Now you're like, oh, great opportunities at the highs. Again, define your risk. Keep it tight. Keep it solid. Solar. Nice little outside reversal potentially. Sedge, I mean, this thing, wow. Got about 31. Big red. ENPH, chopping around. Get talked about this, like, you know, getting up here at 119. We had a 130. What a gift. Wow. First Solar, I mean, this thing popped off. Look at that. Look at that hammer. That's a short candle. That's a short candle. Again, don't chase it, but man, that is a shorty. Shorty wanna ride with me? That looks like a great candle to short. HYG again. Talking about like, who, you gotta be crazy to be buying corporate debt up here. Just watching it. Oil again. Feds gotta be losing their mind. Oh, cutting red. Here goes oil again. They're like, damn it. UNG again. I hate the UNG. Is this making new lows? No, it's close enough. KOLD again. Come on, get up in the 80s, maybe even the 90s touch. Love it. XOP again. You would think this would be up more. You fill the gap. Watch the 140s. You have to get over. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know, you could draw trend lines. You could draw all sorts of crazy crap here. I mean, you could also draw it like this, right? Just keep an eye on it, right? It makes sense. But, again, I don't want to chase it. CDE, we talked about this, 20 area. Valero, gasoline names seem to be lagging. They typically lead down. I mean, look at today's action. You would think these would be up. Nope. ExxonMobil, man, right back up to the highs. A nice close. Can it break out? Worth a watch. Occidentals we talked about. I mean, Buffett. I mean, one day this is going to be a monster. And I will be the guy who just waits. Just waits. Let Buffett get all of his shares. Let him own the whole freaking stock. EQT again, watching big choppy ranges. Nothing really to say other than patience, grasshopper. Patience. Flex LNG again, I think long term, I think will be natural gas exporters. All right, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Like I said, going to be out of town. Be careful. Again, watch the SPYs. Again, I think we have a chop top. QQQs are finally lagging. Will it catch up with Nvidia's earnings? I mean, I'd be on the red alert. And again, I would not going too crazy, but if you're looking to secure puts, buy time, please. If you're looking to trade up, roll up your stops. Again, I don't trust this market. And if the market does play games near term, be safe. Be safe. I'm telling you guys, especially, and this is the thing going into next week. Typically, Labor Day is bullish. But here's the thing that I would warn you fully is that if we're up, be careful. If we're down, probably have some rally next week. So always here to help. Love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Please feel free to reach out, hit me up. Talk to you guys and gals later. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.